Alrighty, got some AEW content coming to the channel. Okay, I'm gonna get that video up today, one more video tomorrow, then my money in the bank content can start. But let's check online, check the news here. R-Truth's been released. R-Truth's released from the WWE? No, that can't be true. Oh, you know what it is? R-Truth thinks it's April Fool's Day. That's what it is. He hasn't been released. That's he thinks it's April Fool's Day. Oh. Fightful confirms they're not going to renew his contract. Oh. Clearly Finn Balor realized R-Truth was still on the Judgment Day roster, and thus he's not renewing his Judgment Day contract. Clearly that's what this means. Some more tweets. Oh shit, this is real. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside Cinema. I am Money Mike, and I think in the history of wrestling content creation, wrestling YouTube, or the amount of tweets that wrestlers send every day, that they would be sending out tweets, wrestling content creators like myself, whether big content creator, small content creator, will be making this video. But we gotta talk about R-Truth being released from the WWE. Yeah, John Cena's out here trying to ruin wrestling. The WWE TKO just ruined everyone's Sundays with this release, shocking release. This is like the one release where we as fans are like, hold up, like this can't be real. Like we know R-Truth's character, we know, that's why I did that little skit in the beginning of this video. Like we know it's like his gimmick, his like it would be part of his character that he would think he was released. Like him being told something only for him to think that he was released. It's a part of his gimmick, and like oh, this can't be real. And then Fightful confirmed that it was actually true. But it wasn't a release. Sean Ross Sapp did confirm that it was more so the WWE not renewing his contract. So we don't know the specifics of when his contract is actually up. I don't know if it was maybe today was his last day. But it was kind of weird that if it was just them not renewing his contract, that he would put out a tweet saying that he was released. So it's kind of all a little weird, but yeah, I mean, like R-Truth is the last guy that like anyone thought would be released. Like we see it every year. WWE releases talent every year, but like if there was one person that we all thought was like release proof, it was R-Truth. And when you see the reactions, I did show you some of the tweets there in that opening skit of all the wrestlers that have come out and posted about this, sending out their love and how heartbreaking this is. Like, it really shows like how much of an impact R-Truth had on the WWE locker room, and just the impact that he had in wrestling in general. And be it, whatever they asked him to do, he did it. Like, Truth went out there and he perfected the comedic wrestler role in a way that, like, I think nobody else could. whether it was, going out there doing the whole, my bad, y'all, stuff, or him going out there being a part of the Judgment Day and just watching Damian, Rhea, and Finn try not to laugh because they're so close to breaking character when Truth does his thing. And when you see other wrestlers that Truth interacts try not to break. I mean, we just had that segment on SmackDown last week where he's in that segment with Solo Sokoa, Jeff Cobb, or JC Mateo. And it's like, you can see Solo. He's like, when Truth talks about, like, oh, is that your son? Oh, he's husky. And, like, you can see, Solo is trying not to break. And the way that Truth, I think, does this stuff, I think it was absolutely perfect. I mean, I've never heard anyone say a single bad thing about him. I think if the WWE TKO wants to lower the morale of the locker room, yeah, you do something like this. Like, that's crazy to think that, I mean, yeah, we think that certain people are WWE lifers, and then stuff like this happens, and it's like, oh, there is no job security with TKO now. And yeah, like I said, we do this every year. We see releases, but like, again, this is the one guy, R-Truth, Ron Killings, where we go, oh, he's WWE for life. Like, they're never going to let him go. The wrestlers like him. He's always liked backstage. He makes people laugh. The fans love him. And it's like, boom. Today, we see that he's being released. His contract's not being renewed. I don't, that's our bad. Ron, I'm sorry. That's our bad. That's our bad, y'all. We messed up. We didn't buy enough $100,000 tickets for WrestleMania in order for them to afford you. That's our bad. But I don't know. I'm just trying to have some fun with this in some kind of way. But like, yeah, what does this mean for the future for R-Truth, Ron Killings? Like, it's one of those things where, I talked about his character and, like, his character thinking he's been released. Like, there's so much that he can do himself outside of the WWE where he thinks he's still in the WWE. Like, it can be a part of his character outside of the WWE, which would be hilarious to watch. And, like, imagine him going to AEW. He sees Edge, Christian, Dean Ambrose. He sees all these former WWE talent, and he's like, and he just sees them. He thinks he's still in WWE. Like, he goes to TNA, he could go there. Dolph Ziggler, you got Santino Marella. Like, imagine just R-Truth showing up to TNA as Ron Killings, and him wanting a match. Someone tells him he has to go to Santino, who is the TNA Director of Authority, and he just, in R-Truth fashion, just goes, Santino? Where's Nick Aldis? I mean, where's Adam Pearce? Where's Adam Pearce with hair? Like, that's who I need to talk to. Like, it's one of those things where it opens up where the possibilities of just the hilarity that can happen with R-Truth going to AEW, going to TNA. If he does want to stay pursuing wrestling, obviously he has his music stuff on the side. So maybe he does focus more on his music career than wrestling. Maybe he takes a break. But again, like, there's so much within the R-Truth character that he can take with him to these other wrestling companies and think that he's still in the WWE. And I mean, we joke about how he never ages. I mean, you could even use him as a time traveler gimmick. Like, he sees Dolph Ziggler or Santino, he thinks it's 2011 all over again. Um, but then there's also the opportunity here that I think for a lot of fans, they've always kind of wanted to see a more serious side of R-Truth. Like, the 2011 R-Truth heel turn was absolutely brilliant. And I think in some way, while we do enjoy all the fun that R-Truth did bring as a babyface character, the comedic segments, I think there was always part of like the fans that always kind of wanted him to be a serious character again. So he maybe him being released from the WWE, where he loses his joy, his happiness, he loses his to love, he loses his uh, his what the hell am I trying to say? He loses his desire to, live, love, and laugh. And then he turns that into a heel character in AEW or TNA, where we do finally get to see a more serious side of R-Truth because of his release. And it's a part of the character or a new character outside of the WWE where we do get to see this serious side. It can be a part of his new character gimmick, whatever he wants to do. So yeah, this could be a way for us as fans to maybe finally see a more serious side of R-Truth. And maybe that is the case. Maybe we do get to see a more serious side of R-Truth, Ron Killings. Or maybe he does kind of what I said, where he goes to AEW, goes to TNA, and he still is the R-Truth we all love, and he just kind of operates as if he's never been released from the WWE because he sees so many former WWE talent. So, but yeah, I mean, I think the future is just as bright for Truth outside of the WWE than it was with the WWE. I mean, he got to do the whole. I mean, if him feuding with John Cena was like their way of like, I don't know if he knew ahead of his match with John Cena that he was going to be released. They weren't going to renew his contract, to just pay off the whole John Cena's my childhood hero thing and the Ron Cena t-shirts that they were heavily selling. Like it was the R-Truth, the Ron Cena shirts, the R-Truth Judgment Day shirts. Like, he was selling shirts when he was getting over. Like, it's just insane to think that they would release someone like that. But yeah, I don't take this video too long. I got AEW content I do want to make for tonight and then tomorrow. Obviously, I wasn't planning on making this video. So comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think R-Truth maybe will come back to the WWE? Maybe Triple H will bring him back eventually? Or do you want to see him go to AEW, TNA, with a more serious character, serious gimmick? And hey, maybe he just focuses on music. So let's see what's next for R-Truth. And I think no matter what he does, I think we're all going to enjoy it. I've been your host, Money Mike, and you've been watching Ringside Cinema.